Good morning. This is Charles Cochran, CNFT Futures. I'd like to review this morning's early trade recommendation or trade call for the 10-year note, the ZN futures contract. Started off this morning wanting to sell 21.25. We raised that to 21.27, just based on this very, very strong drive up that just really met with no resistance. So the sell zone was moved higher, and you can see that resistance came. This two-letter ledge is over here. So the market opened. We had hoped to buy 17s to 13s based on this rundown before the day session opened right here, but we subsequently moved the buy up to 21.25, and you can see right here that the market is just now getting down into that buy area. So how did the trade set up, and how did you take the trade? Market had our standard retest failure set up off the low, but it was before the day session started, and actually the setup took place as I was speaking, going over the 10-year and the 30-year bonds. And the first setup to get long came off of our retest failure, which is our stock and trade setup. We like to retest support, and you can see right over here support is retested, and it holds, and the market just has a quick run up to 28. The first sell came right here off of a retest failure, and you were short at 26.5 to as high as 27.5, and the low is 26. So you scratched the trade or made two ticks, one or the other. Not a very big trade. This retest failure holds, and the market trades higher, and then right up here we get a nice head and shoulders pattern and another retest failure. So you could be short at 28.5 to as high as 29.5, but 28.5 would be the worst fill off of our retest failure setup, and the market traded back down to the mean green line to 25.5. Our trades yield 2 to 3/30 seconds. That's our normal expectation. Sometimes you get more. It can be the trade of the day, but we expect to make 2 to 3/30 seconds whenever we put a particular trade on. So on this particular trade, with perfect execution, you would have been short at 29.5. The market traded at 26. You'd have gotten 3. But no worse than 2:30 seconds. So pretty quiet trading. Didn't have a lot to work with after this first move of the day. Would have been nice to have been long, to have been able to get in before we started the briefing, but we tally after the day session hold opens up, and in that way everybody has plenty of time to have heard AM briefing and to have gotten set up and to make a trade. That's all I have for the note this morning. Other market we really love to trade, in addition to the note, is the 30-year. Once you learn how to trade the 10-year, the 30-year is twice as volatile, and you can take your trades in the 30-year off of your setups in the 10-year or without the 10-year. That's up to you. But most people get started trading the 10-year because tuition costs are pretty low. And you can see on the 30-year, if you had taken the trade up here off that 10-year, you were short in the 34.08 area, 34.09, and the market has traded down to 31. So as opposed to 2 to 3/30 seconds, you had a shot at 8/30 seconds, and that's the reason you trade the 30-year. It's a much more volatile contract, and you expect to make 2.5 times as much money as you do trading the 10-year. That's all I have today from CNFT Futures. Reviewed note in the 30-year trade setups and the potential profits you could have made if you'd taken the trades according to our setups. Looking forward to seeing some of you in our trading room, and if you have any questions, be sure and contact CNFT Futures, and we'll be happy to assign somebody to answer those questions for you. Looking forward to talking to you in the future.